きてばかり寝坊しただ。思い出したのは君のことです。起きてばかり眠くなった。
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Today is Tuesday, June 20, 2023, and this is the Evan Studios Weekly Podcast. With me, I have my co-host, Isaac.
Hello, everyone.
And I am your host, Stark. Today, we are here to talk a little bit about just basically what's been going on. So, we really didn't have like an underlying reason to make a podcast this week, but we just wanted to be a lot more active during the podcast and a lot more active with the streams that we started. So for those that haven't been around, last week, Thursday we started our streamcast where we try to show people how we develop the games from Alancia Chronicles and from the Dreamville Saga. And it started off great. When it came to the games, I wanted to focus on showing the Christmas patch for now, because there's not a lot to show about the Shota patch. Plus, I don't want to spoil the final parts of the game since most people already played the initial part. And for the Christmas patch, the stream was going amazing, but then I opened the folder and there was an image of, Miami's titties, which I wasn't expecting to be there. And then I had to stop the stream right away, edit the live, and edit that out. And then I started the live again after a small break, because the first initial live was went on for like an hour and 45 minutes, and I was gonna go for at least another 2 hours, but right after the first 10 minutes, there was another incident where we saw I Am Titties, and I had to stop the live again, and I realized that with the amount of titties that are in this on the work computer, it's going to be hard to stream my screen entirely without breaking some sort of YouTube rules. So we went into emergency trying to figure out how the fuck we're going to do about it mode. And what we did was we checked where we could upload our videos, which we started going for the obvious answers such as Pornhub and whatever, but apparently it's not the best place to do development streams. And then someone said Picarto, which at the time I thought it was mostly focused on just creating art. And then they were like, no, that was just initially. Nowadays, you can pretty much just show any sort of development over Picarto. Of course, art is the preferential one, and it's the one that attracts the most viewers. But we are not there to attract viewers or to gather a following. We are there just to show our followers, the ones that we have already. I mean, we're not going to say no to people that are on Picarto and just happen to stumble upon our stream. But mostly we just wanted to use as an informational way to show our fans and our supporters what we are doing with the time that we are developing Fleeting Diaries and right now Journey Abroad and whatnot. Picarto was pretty cool. We did the test stream, and it was pretty decent, but it has some flaws. So basically, the main ones being, you don't have VODs unless you pay for a subscription. Now the problem is Isaac right now took another job, so he's basically working on Evan Studios and another company, which for private reasons we are not going to, disclaimer, we're not going to say much about it. But basically, he works on another company, so we won't be as accessible as he was before. And basically we were using up until this point Isaac's PayPal account, and we figured out where basically if we need to do something with PayPal during the day, pay for assets, pay some of our outsource material, paying. That's where we pay Scarlett, for instance, Scarlett Ann. That's how we pay for art via PayPal. That's how we pay our CG team for Evan Studios. That's how we pay for our scripter, That's how we pay for our sprite artist.
That's pretty much everything.
Pretty much a lot of stuff we pay through PayPal. And so the problem is I had my PayPal account blocked for some silly reason. But today I called PayPal. They helped me unblock it. Actually, they didn't help me unblock it. They just literally deleted my account just so I could remake it again. Same, different, but still same. It was like the guy over the phone just realized that was probably the best way to go about it. It was like, yeah, okay, so I can just delete the stuff that is here, so you can re-input it. But it's going to be a lot easier if I just delete the whole thing. Yeah. Are you okay with me just deleting the whole thing? I'm like, perfect. Let's delete the whole thing. I'll just make a new account. So I will be able to, reinsert all of the data. So yeah, that will be cool, because it will be really weird for Isaac to be working on his new job. Hopefully he won't have, he will be able to work from home and whatnot. But there might be occasions where we need to make payments right away to people and whatever, and he's going to be working. Obviously, I cannot be annoying him while he's over his other job and whatnot. So we realized it was probably better to get a new PayPal account that I could access. And so today we were working on fixing that. And it's an issue because Picarto only allows payments via PayPal. They don't have any other payment methods, which I feel it's, kind of antiquated, to say the least. But
yeah, it's 2023.
I mean, only offering PayPal, it's kind of like, unless they have some sort of partnership where they make most of the money or whatever, I don't get it. But whatever, it is what it is. And yeah, Picarto has been around for long enough to the point where I feel like I can trust Picarto. But that only, how should I put this? That only kind of solves the problem. In a sense that Picarto still only allows up to like 12 VODs to be uploaded, or 14. For like 15 euros a month, which is close to like 18 bucks or whatever, you are only allowed like 12 VODs. You can only save up to like 12 VODs, which is obviously, I could save the last 12, and depending, seeing that it's just a stream, a development stream, it will be okay. But the other idea was, okay, what we can do is just pay Picarto so that we can get the VODs, so we can download the VODs, and then we upload them to Dailymotion. Dailymotion felt like super confusing, and it had like a pretty shitty layout and whatnot. But we could upload the VODs as is, which will be great. And then there were other services that will allow us to do that. But then it came to us, how about we just do the whole thing on Picarto, download the VOD, edit the video, censor the parts that we say that are not YouTube friendly, and then just upload it to YouTube. And then we will have our library of videos all available on the same place, which feels a lot more convenient.
Yes.
So yeah, my original idea was to do a combination of like Picarto, Dailymotion, and whatever. But then Isaac was like, why don't you just edit the videos? Obviously, it's going to be a little bit of extra work, but it is what it is. And to me, it also feels a lot better because everything is conveniently on the same place. You guys don't have to be searching. You can just access the playlist that you guys want to see. And if you lose like a streamcast, and so for all the people that saw it, obviously it was very, very rough, very, very rudimentary, but it's something that we want to put more time into. Basically we are just gathering energies. Right now I have a limitation to how much time I can be in front of computers and screens in general, just not computers, like any screen, like cell phone screens and whatnot. And basically we are going to try and put most of it into working in the games, but there's a lot of stuff that we can do. We want to make a lot more videos, not just from streams, but the game reviews. We want to do the weekly podcast as we used to do. I mean, probably Isaac won't be able to be around for all the weekly podcasts, but he will be able to be around for a few. When he has time, I'm probably gonna just give him access to our Picardo account, or I feel like he can just make an account of his own and I can give him access, which I feel like is like a thing in Picardo, and he can also show you guys a little bit of the development on his side. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool for the future to let people, to be more transparent as a company, because I know that there's a lot of people that just trust us and realize how much work it goes into making a game, and people realize, it's easy to compare the amount of work and the size of our games and the amount of dialogue and the amount of everything and all the work that we put into our games by playing, games from other people. It's really easy to see how much time and how much passion it goes into making our games, but it's a lot easier to see if you're actually visually seeing it. If we are streaming most of the work that we do, obviously we won't be able to be streaming on all fronts. There's not only one person working in our company. While I'm writing the story and creating assets and editing assets, Isaac is editing scripts and making most of the events, while one team is drawing for one game and another team is drawing for another game. It's obviously going to be a huge mess, obviously. But we are trying to at least give you guys like an idea of how much work it goes into creating a game, and how much work we put into creating our games specifically, and all the detail that we put into our games. And yeah, that's about it. I feel like that explains pretty much what happened with the stream, with the development stream. We want to go back to doing it. Hopefully we can start doing it every day from next week. We also want to start doing at least one review of a game. Usually I'm going to try and review games from fellow developers before I start, reviewing random games. And we also want to start doing some sort of like interviews with other fellow developers, but most of the developers that I've tried to get on like a podcast are, have a little bit of stage fright. And I don't want to just random. I don't want to interview just random developers. I want to interview people that do games that I actually appreciate and I feel like put a lot of work into their games and are very passionate about what they do. So hopefully we can also get that started while we work on all our games, and we can keep you guys just be part of the process of creating games and be super transparent about what we do, so that you guys understand more what goes on in the office, and obviously providing entertainment, because at the end of the day that's what we do, is just provide entertainment, regardless if it's anti-games or anti-game associated. But we want to provide all sorts of entertainment to our supporters, and all the stuff that people are interested on. Just the other day, people were like, "Yeah, we will be interested in seeing you copy paste stuff from the test server into the main server." And I'm like, why would you be interested in doing that? Like, I can't even focus on explaining what is happening. All I have to do is like Control C, Control V, and making sure it doesn't fucking suck. I don't understand. But basically, that's pretty much it about the development stream. It should be going on. It should be going off next week, hopefully every day, and hopefully the weekly podcast and the review stream can also happen once a week. So yeah, that's a goal for now. And as for the Shota patch, depending on the CGs, if it comes out this week, not too late, I might be able to release it this week. If not, it's probably gonna come out early next week. And then for the Christmas patch, I want to realistically, I'm hoping to be able to release it next month, but we'll see if there's any difficulties. It really depends on how much time we have to just develop the game, create the events. I have to go over a lot of events with Isaac as well, because we're still creating some of the maps and whatnot. And then finally we can start working on Journey Abroad and Bloodlust at full time. So for Journey Abroad right now, I don't have a lot of work to give Isaac, because I'm still working on making sure the maps look pretty good. I'm still trying to like flesh out the story and whatnot.
Have you shown them the map that you made for the Christmas patch already, or not?
People were seeing me create it, not like animated and
Oh,
whatnot.
you did it on the stream.
But I did the whole thing on the stream,
Okay,
and I was
I see.
creating the assets on the stream and whatnot. And then opening the folders that had some of the assets that I had to edit was what caused me to open stuff that, you know, boom dicks, you know. So yeah, and then we can go full time. Basically, what I want to start Isaac on doing on Bloodlust is like, we need to figure out. We have an idea how we want to do the game, but we also it's also going to depend on if we have like animated spiders to do like animated battlers, or we need to figure out how we are going to play the battle system, and then depending on how it is, I'm going to give Isaac full control of the battle difficulty because he's really good at it. And like we said, there should be at least 2 difficulties, which is story mode, which is pretty much you just steamroll over the enemies, or you lose on purpose if there's enemies that do like grab motions or whatever the fuck, and then just normal difficulty. And if Isaac feels like it, like really fucking hard difficulty, like a regular RPG that, you know, it's gonna spank you if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah. Anyway, I wanted to do a roll call right at the start, but I wanted to get into the development stream stuff. Let's see what some people are saying. Jeffrey Cotting saying, need to go. I will listen to it later. You're doing an amazing job for the Shota. Love to see what you will do for the next patch and project. Thank you, Jeffrey. Well, I'm going to talk about the Shota patch right after this. So yeah, you'll be able to listen to it later. So I hope you like it. Fossern is around. Ian Stike is around, and Era N is around. Thank you guys for watching this live and participating in the chat. It's good to see you guys here as usual. And everyone else that is listening to this live or, you know, later in the VOD, thanks for joining us. So yeah, that's the plans for our streams and our podcasts and whatnot. That's what we want to do. So starting next week, we are going to be streaming live on Picardo, and then we will have the VOD probably later that day or the next day, like always 1 day late on YouTube. Because I still need to go around. I still need to get around to editing it. Hopefully, our system works in a way that I don't have to edit much, which is like having a paper on the side. And if I see some part that I have to edit out, I just note at what time I messed up and showed something that is not going to be allowed on YouTube, and then just instantly on the video editor be able to like to censor it on some way, shape, or form, which is better than to cut a huge chunk of the video just because something happened. It will be easier to just like release a beep over my voice or a huge black tile over, you know, something. So Foster said, how many more scenes remains for Shota patch, and how many scenes are planned for Xmas patch? I feel like for the Shota patch there's one huge entire scene, one small entire scene, and then a bunch of images and unique CGs. I don't know how many there are, but there's some PG's cell phone messages with images sent between Leon and Ayame, and then another one later down the road. There's a few scenes with the father. There's Ayame being walked with the collar, the dog collar, or the cat collar, whatever you guys want to call it. Ayame is going to be dog walked by Noel, and then there's the new scene, which is a full-blown scene, and then some scenes are being improved, like the shower scene has been mostly rewritten, and yeah, and the bugs have been mostly fixed, like the black screen on the CG room, which was weird because the scene worked normal on the if you play the game, the scene will be there and you will be able to see the scene, but not in the CG room. And it was even weirder because that scene used to work before.
It's because it was because of the new map. When we put the new map on the game, I changed it. I changed the map in the game and in the CG room, and then I tested everything in the game. But I didn't test the CG room, and I made a mistake, and the map was not working properly.
Yeah, I found it hilarious because the scene was actually working before and then it stopped working. So
Yeah.
so people that were playing on beta test were able to see it on the CG room.
Yes.
But then on the wink wink final version, the
Yes.
scene was no longer working.
Yes.
That's pretty funny. That's the amazing part of fixing a bug and creating others. That's the best. And that's an issue. Like for instance, when once we sent version 1.0 to Kagero Games for the Steam version, the game had no bugs. But then once we released the new version for them, I feel like the game has bugs. I feel like in the cosplay convention scene there's like a black screen or whatever. And yeah, but we're going to fix that once we release the final version of Flaming Guardians, which is like 1.15, which I still need to change one thing and then I'm going to release it. But yeah, right now Fleeting Guardians as the older version is done. The new version is going to be much better. We're going to change a lot more than we initially planned. The whole beginning of the game might be completely changed. And the Garcia's route might be completely interchangeable with the other routes. And there's other ideas in general that I just had that are going to make the game a lot better. But, you know, it's something that we're going to do on the side. And yeah, there's a few scripts that we want to change. We still want to be able to let people name the save systems,
Yes.
the saves and whatnot. So there's still a lot that we want to do to improve Fleeting Guardians, not to mention the better resolution and whatnot. For the Shota patch, there's still a lot of scenes to come. And for the Christmas patch, I know there's at least 8 scenes. It might be 9. I haven't been spoiling it. I mean, I've spoiled a few in the VIP lounge. But I haven't been spoiling it because I really don't want to spoil it. I mean, it's gonna be out like really soon, and then we can go back to once we release the first few versions of like Journey Abroad and Bloodlust and the Christmas patch and whatnot. Then we can go back to spoiling scenes on the previews. But right now we just want to catch people by surprise and just be able to release a whole lot of awesome. Yeah, the Christmas patch is right around the corner, so people just have to wait a little bit longer. Plus, there's not a lot of story to it, which is like I could be spoiling like the scenes, and then people will be like, "Oh my god, in what context does this happen?" But the thing is, the Christmas patch doesn't have a lot of story. It's supposed to be taken like a lot lighter. Like everybody's a slut in there. Everybody just want to like get drunk and get busy, and you know, it all happens during one night. It's supposed to be like a light novel, so to speak, from Fleeting Guardians. And yeah, it's supposed to just, you know, be very heartwarming and have a lot of hentai. And then we can finally move on to Bloodlust and Journey Abroad. And I want to get Isaac pretty much just deciding how we're going to do the battling, the fighting in Bloodlust. That's right now. That's probably our biggest concern is realizing how Bloodlust is going to play out. For Journey Abroad, we have an idea how most of it is going to play out, and we have a lot of the content already done beforehand. But I still have to like draw some menus. We still have to get our scripter / plugin creator to be able to create them and put them in the game, like make them compatible with the rest of the things. But right now everything is looking pretty amazing. I'm super excited to release the first version of Journey Abroad, like really super excited to release it. So yeah, right now we just want to finish the Shota patch. We are really proud of what we did. I feel like with the last few changes, people are going to be really amazed of what we were able to do in the amount of time that we were able to do it. And yeah, I don't feel like I suck like I did on the bestiality patch. Most people that enjoyed Shota and whatnot told me that the game was pretty great and that they enjoyed it a lot, and that the scenes were nice and the game had like the right amount of the right pace. That wasn't like too slow or too fast.
I'm sure the FBI love to know the the opinion of those people.
Yeah, I'm sure the FBI would like to know. But yeah, I just did a lot of research. And at the end of the day, just based on the feedback that we got, and just based on how the haters went really silent after that shit dropped, No, that's actually a thing. Like there were a lot of people talking a lot of shit.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And then the people that I asked him, so the people that used to talk a lot of shit, are they still talking shit? And they were like, bro, they're not talking at all. Like they never posted again. So I'm going to take it as it was a success. And the only bad feedback that we got about the Shota patch was most people calling me idiots for not charging money for it.
Yes.
So basically, we released the game. We just released the full game, and everyone can thank the patrons for actually allowing us to do a full game. Probably we shouldn't have done such a big game without charging anything for it for people that weren't, our patrons. But we are really proud of what we released. I thought the game was really fun. I feel like some characters worked as intended, kind of like the way Melvin did, where some people absolutely hate him, and some people feel like Melvin is like a car crash, where you don't want to look but you can't turn away. And
That's the way to put it.
some characters definitely felt like it. I definitely got a lot of I hate those fucking 3 kids from that specific day, from the hide and seek day. There were a lot of people that really fucking hated those kids. And obviously right now with the dialogue you are not able to see what goes through it, and that's my fault because I wasn't able to finish that part, and there's mostly placeholder dialogue there. But you see that there's a huge there's a huge paradigm shift on that day where Leon is kind of like just toying with Ayame the whole time until that point, and she's just taking whatever he says because she's being blackmailed and whatnot. And on that day you realize that she doesn't give a fuck anymore. She puts her foot down, she smacks the shit out of him, and then he realizes that he took it too far. And then from that point on there's a huge shift in the game where Leon realizes he likes Ayame, but he will never be able to get Ayame to like him the same way because of the stuff that happens. And then depending on the ending that you pick, they kind of make up for it, but it's always going to be Fujiko and Leon and Ayame with Noel. But the new scene kind of has a small twist on it, where you kind of feel like it's more like at the end it becomes more of like a 4 people relationship other than 2 couples. And I just wrote that scene as an ending, and people were like, you can't just write this and not animate it and make a scene. And I'm like, sure I can, I just did it. That's how it works. And they were like, no bro, like what the fuck, you explained so detailed what happened, and now visually I want to see it. I want this to be an entire scene. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do this an entire scene just because. No, you need to make this an entire scene. And then the same shit that always happened, which is Isaac telling me, stop editing the games after we finish the games. Like, the game is good enough. Stop fucking making the game bigger. And we made the game a little bit bigger. We made two small changes that I feel like it adds a lot to the game, which is a few small changes in the beginning of the game to make Ayame, the relationship between Ayame and Noel to be a little bit more organic, and then a new entire scene at the end of the game, which I feel like it's pretty fucking amazing. It's probably one of the best entire scenes in the whole game. I don't know dialogue wise yet, but
I don't know. I think the entire scene with Fujiko and Leon is very good.
Which one is that one?
The one that I told you, yo, this entire scene is very good.
Because
that one? Yes.
Because
I love the character development that happened in the one entire scene.
Yes.
Better love story than Twilight.
Yes. So this is the scene that.
Yeah. The couch stuff. Yeah.
The couch stuff. Yeah. I also like that scene. A lot of people didn't though.
That scene is amazing.
And I understand that a lot of people don't like it because they're like, it's supposed to be an entire scene and then there's feelings. Like, why is there so many feelings?
People be taking crazy pills though.
And it's mostly because of continuity, and because I feel like Leon and Fujiko for this patch deserve their moment of character growth and
Yes.
being able to see.
I think that Anti-Scene adds a lot to those two characters specifically, not just to the main plot of the big story of the Shota patch, but the character development for those two is huge on that Anti-Scene, and that makes it amazing.
Believe it or not, that's always something that I prouded myself on, but I thought like no one will ever fucking notice this. Like there's a lot of stuff in game, which is one of the things that makes me the saddest, which is there's a lot of stuff that I put so much time and I'm so passionate about making, but inside I know people will not give as much importance to this as I do.
I see.
So when I was making the maps on Journey Abroad, to making sure that the maps will match exactly how the Anti-Scenes were, because of the immersion,
and the backgrounds and whatnot. Yeah.
and then there's a lot of details because like I explained, there's only one route that it's inconsistent in terms of story in Fleeting Iris, which is the true ending from the family route, because that one is literally like a parallel universe. Because on Fleeting Iris, Ayame is always the same Ayame, and Fujiko is always the same Fujiko, and if you don't know the past or what happened in the past, you realize that all the choices are like a causality of what happens from that moment on. But when you see the ending of the true ending, you realize that a lot of stuff that was behind just doesn't match the other routes. So it's like a completely alternative universe. And I feel like we put a warning there, like that one was like an
non-canon.
Non-canon,
Yes.
so to speak. And I feel like I let a lot of breadcrumbs for a lot of details regarding like Fujiko, regarding Jack, regarding Arthur throughout the game, where you realize like family ties, you realize small things about people's personality and about their choices and about who they are. And I feel like once you play all the routes, and if you pay attention to the whole thing and you read the whole thing, you get a better idea, a better grasp of what the characters are like. And I feel like this one added a lot to Fujiko and added a lot to Leon.
Yes.
And obviously the biggest plot twist hasn't been revealed because of placeholder dialogue, which is why Leon is the way he is, or why Noel is the way he is. So people will only find out about it on the final version, when Ayame has like the final conversation with the father.
Yes, that event.
There's a huge plot twist there.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, you guys will be able to know about it very soon. And I really wanted to release the Shota patch this week. I really hope that Tiger Lily is able to finish the scene today or tomorrow, so I can release it this scene, which is why I made the exams on Saturday and not during the week. Because I could make the exams for Thursday, but I was like, if I go do the exams for Thursday, I have to go do the exams. I have to be there all morning. Then probably my sister's gonna want to have lunch with me, and then I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get home, and I won't have a lot of time to work. So since I was like hopeful that I could release the Shota patch this week, I scheduled the doctor exams for Saturday. Like, who the fuck does that? But yeah,
Pretty much everybody that works.
everybody does a job. No, are you kidding? No, people just put it on the middle of the week and they just go to their job with like a, hey, I had exams, fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do that for exams. You probably have to take a day off of your vacations to do that.
I don't know. You probably have to like compensate.
Yes.
Or
yes.
or you get like
Yes.
an unpaid leave.
Yes, unpaid leave is also a thing.
But people are
Yes.
like, I'll just take a day, dude. Fuck that. Or you have to like go to work on the afternoon or some shit like that.
Some shit like that.
That might also be a thing. But people are like, people want to skip work. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, super excited for the Shota patch. We delivered. The Christmas patch, I hope that people realize like it's supposed to be taken lightly, but you know, I also feel like we are going to deliver. I feel like it's going to be super fun. And then for Journey Abroad and Bloodlust, we want to like bring the A game, and I also want to like improve the game a lot for the remaster. I already have, Jesus fucking Christ, bro. What the fuck? I'm sorry.
Dude, you just broke character.
I just broke character. I don't know why we have the Turkey versus Wales game going on in the background, and the second goal of Turkey, like, holy shit, bro, that was fucking wild. I was opening. Yeah, okay. So basically, for the Fleeting Iris remake, there's a few scenes that we believe that with a few edits we can make Ayami be able to like prostitute and you know, just have sex with like random guys on the street, which is something that a lot of people have been asking us to do. And then there's a lot of stuff in general that we want to improve the game with, but we had so many ideas to improve the game, especially early on. And Jesus Christ, I have so much stuff written just to improve like Fleeting Iris. You guys have no idea. And yeah, we definitely need to get to this. But the amount like you guys have no idea the amount of dialogue I have just for oh wait 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 wait no 8. Okay, so I feel like there's 8 scenes for the Christmas patch. And this is, listen, the game is not even out. This is the amount of fucking dialogue I have for Journey Abroad. Oh my god, I should be showing you guys like the screen right now, but I don't want to spoil this for Bloodlust. It's pretty much just the whole routes written and the cameos and whatnot. But yeah, there's a lot we want to do for our games, and but we learned from Fleeting Iris that we don't want to set anything in stone, because you guys are our biggest critics, and you guys give our best feedback. And there's definitely a lot of scenes in Fleeting Iris and some routes in Fleeting Iris that definitely are there because someone suggested or someone improved on something that was already there. For instance, the whole Clark's route was completely changed from what it was. We definitely like the one that there is there now a lot more. But yeah, we also want to change a whole lot of how the Melvin route plays out initially. Might even change the order of some scenes. We have really great plans for Fleeting Iris, but you know, we have to focus on the stuff that pays our bills, which is probably going to be Journey Abroad and Bloodlust. But we are also going to be able to put a lot of work in Fleeting Iris. But those will be our main priorities, which is, you know, Bloodlust and Journey Abroad, especially because Journey Abroad will have to work on 2 versions. A lot of the game will be similar, and we could do that thing that people do where people go like landlady and, you know, what is this person to you, and then you pick what, you know, which is kind of stupid. It works for some games. I don't think it will work as well on Journey Abroad, but at least for Journey Abroad, like, most of the scenes should be mostly the same from version to version, especially the scenes that don't happen with your family. Most of the scenes that happen in school and whatnot, most of those scenes should be considerably similar, and the other ones probably are not going to be as much. But that's probably like we as much as we want to release the final version of the Shota patch, and as much as we want to release the Christmas patch because we've been promising that for the longest time, Bloodlust and Journey Abroad is really what, you know, what we are setting our minds into for the future. And you know, at the end of the day, everything else, like the Fleeting Iris remaster and the Halloween minigame, are always going to be an afterthought. And if we need more time this year to be able to put out more patches, and if we are able to like consistently create to develop the games, we don't want to create a stop on the development just to release another Halloween patch, and then we'll probably release that next year. And to be honest, Halloween patch is probably the one that gets like the least positive feedback, even though it probably has been one of the things that I've had the most fun working on.
Absolutely, yes.
It's probably the one which to me is just fucking surprising, because especially when it comes to like the Eastern market and our Eastern audiences, like Monster Girl games have like a huge audience over there and a huge fan base. And I was really excited to work on the Halloween mini game, because now that the characters are starting to meld with their special powers and whatnot. So Luna is kind of actually becoming a witch.
She did fought the demon that other time in the other thing.
She destroyed. She
Yeah.
pretty much was able. Yeah. Mollis is becoming a vampire. Ayami is actually becoming a warrior and whatnot. So that's going to play out. But also there's characters there that are actually turning into their evil selves, like succubus and whatnot.
So pretty much the same.
So, and there's a plot twist that we want to. I'm probably going to reveal, but as soon as the Halloween patch starts, the characters are going to reunite, and they're going to have like a. They're going to be in a room. So the cat guy appears there, and he says, "You guys are going to have to take a 30-minute break. It's mandatory. The door won't open until we've been here for 30 minutes." And basically the characters talk about what happened and dialogue, and then Luna, realizing that she's unlocking her powers and whatnot, she tries to like figure out what she can do to help the other characters. So she's able to heal Alexandra, who goes back to being a nun and basically an healer herself, and she's able to kinda heal Eve. So basically Eve turns back from, right now she's an orc, like an orc female, and she's going to be healed into a dark elf. And she was like, okay, I tried to turn her human and I couldn't. Why wasn't I able? And then someone tells her that her powers might not be strong enough to be able to completely turn everyone human. And then someone realizes, wait, does this mean that orcs are basically just corrupt dark elves? So you basically you wield the corruption, but you didn't heal the character. So basically she turns into a dark elf.
There's where is that? I think in the Tolkien universe, like Hobbit, Lord of the Rings and whatnot, orcs have a similar origin story.
Yeah, where they're basically
Yes.
just corrupt elves.
Yes.
Right? So basically we are going to change Eve from a big boobed orc into a big boob elf. Dark elf mostly. Because we already have an elf in the team. And then she's going to team up with the elf, which is the other big boob blondie, which is Chloe. And obviously there's going to be a scene with them both. And to spoil the scene, they are caught by basically minotaurs, like bullmans, and they give them like cow, the cow bikinis and whatnot.
Why though?
Because it matches a fetish, right? So basically we have the two elves, the dark elf and the normal elf with the big boobs, with female cow bikini costumes. See,
You're all crazy dudes.
this is how you twist the plot to actually fit the fetishes that people want. And yeah, so she's able to heal, mostly heal Alexandra, and she realizes she wasn't able to mostly heal Eve. But then they're like, okay, so some of us will be like 0 LP if we were humans. And she was like, yeah, but like, what if Melissa actually dies from being a vampire? Like, what if she becomes a full-blown vampire and she dies? And they're like, then we just need to get out of here fast and make the most out of our abilities as we can, because if we can't finish this with superhuman abilities, there's no way we can finish this as humans. And basically that's the plot for the beginning of the third installment of our Halloween patch, which I feel like it's super exciting and I'm dying to work on it. But priorities, and we need money to get more people in the team, so we need to focus on the stuff that gives us more money, which is working on Journey Abroad and Bloodlust. As much as we want to work on the other stuff, and believe us, we do want to work on the other stuff, especially the Halloween patch. I have so much fun working on that. It will be easier to work on that if we are able to pay the roofs over our heads and get a bigger team, so we can hire more people to release
Yes.
more stuff faster.
Stark just refuses to make an OnlyFans account and sell food pics, so we are stuck with making Bloodlust and Journey Abroad.
Bro, my feet are fugly. My feet are fugly. Bro, if I made an OnlyFans account to sell like feet pics, they probably will pay me to close it.
That's still money, though.
Well, so yeah, basically that's our plans for the very near future. Halloween patch is pretty much open. We might work on it, we might not. Journey Abroad and Bloodlust are now the priorities, and being sure that we do our media stuff on a regular schedule is really important to us. So starting next week, we will be doing most of the stuff on Picarto, hopefully with the Shota patch beyond our backs. Full blown working on Christmas patch. Isaac has done an amazing job on the Fleeting Hours Remaster as is. Pretty much now he has changed the whole game. The only thing that he's doing is like porting the scripts to work on the new
Which
system,
is still a lot.
which is a lot of work. Obviously, a lot of it is gonna take a lot of work and a lot of support from Black Mage, our in-house scripter. So yeah, there's a lot to do this year. Hopefully, we're gonna get a lot of fantai, a lot of fun videos, a lot of entertainment, and we just want to take our time and be able to do a lot of work and release a lot of good stuff. There's only a few of us, and there's so much stuff that we want to do. But at the end of the day, it's all going to work out as long as people keep supporting us and as long as people keep being patient and just believe in us. We will do our best to do a one up and release better stuff. The more we are able to work on our games, like the CG team wants to improve the art style for the second game a lot. I'm super excited for the amount of work that I already got in Journey Abroad. How many scenes did I get in general? Let me check. Let me count. I feel like we have 22 scenes in general for Journey Abroad already. Well, some of these are stills. But we have close to 22 scenes for Journey Abroad, which should be enough to do like 1 year of development beforehand.
Yes.
At the regular speed of like releasing a patch every 2 months, with like 4 or 5 scenes. Yeah, sounds realistic. Scarlet Land will be working on it. Most of our sprites have been done for it. If we introduce new characters, I have plans for like 3 new characters, but I won't be revealing them or introducing them to the game until at least like next year. They are going to show up later. They are going to be like like bonus characters, so to speak. And really depends. Like we can actually have characters being voted into the game.
Oh.
We can like do reveal of the characters and have characters like voting into the game. Some characters might be going into like a popularity poll, see who gets more scenes and less scenes. We can do a lot of this stuff,
Yeah.
which will also give people more reasons to support us on Patreon, because people get to vote for those. But yeah, in general, we wish we had more time to create more stuff. But at the end of the day, I also wish I had a much bigger team so I could focus on less stuff and more on just writing and directing and just in general just be able to dish out more games and more patches at a faster speed. But we are doing the best we can. I know you guys know we are doing the best we can, and hopefully this week or early next week we're gonna get an amazing ending for the Shota patch, and then we will be able to work full blown on the Christmas patch and release it sometime next month, and then from there on out just be able to fully focus on Journey Abroad and Bloodlust. We are going to start with Journey Abroad because I feel like we have a better ground work for it, and then the CG team needs some time to create like the HUDs and the busts and the general HUD for Bloodlust, because they will start working full time on Bloodlust once they finish the Christmas patch, which obviously is going to be next month. So hopefully, we are June. Let's say July. Okay, let's add 2 months here. Hopefully September 30 we will have our first patch of at least two versions of Journey Abroad with a considerable amount of gameplay. It's gonna be really cool, and yeah, hopefully we make a lot of money so we can make a lot more hire a lot more people to work on the other games, because we really want more team. More team equals more speed equals more games, and I wish I could be working on Fleeting Iris 2 already. That would be super fucking dope. I wish we could be working on Bloodlust, Fleeting Iris, and I'm just hoping that in general just the systems work better. I just hope that AI just arrives and we can be like, AI, just create a sprite in this style, and just give him stuff like, AI, just color this stuff exactly like we color this in this style. And it can save Tiger Lila a lot of time, and just even if she has to give it like a few touches or whatever,
it will be like much faster. Yes,
it will be much faster. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully AI also rise to help.
AI still can throw hands for shit. So
yeah. I still don't think like AI is going to be able to like sub anyone on our team, because I feel like everybody's amazing at what they do, and there's obviously a lot of human there's a huge human touch on everything that we do, and but AI could definitely come and complement what we do, but
Yes.
we also want to do like every responsible person, and like take it slow and make sure that AI works more as a complement other than trying to sub anyone in our team, because we
as
don't
a
want to
tool.
do that. Yeah, basically as a tool, without hurting AI's feelings.
Detroit become human then.
So yeah, hopefully everything goes according to plan, and 2023 is an amazing year for Evan Studios and for Hentai, and
Yes.
you guys are here with us with a lot of filth, and just a lot of excitement to play our games, as we are excited to create them. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. I hope once again we entertained you guys, and we appreciate you guys for showing up and participating. And yeah, join me on wishing Isaac good luck in his upcoming job in July.
Yes.
Yeah, I wish you the best of luck, bro. I'm sure everyone at home does the same. And
Thank you.
And yeah, and that everything goes according to plan. That's really what we hope for right now, and that we are able to grow with Journey Abroad and Bloodlust, so we can increase our Evan Studios family, and be able to work on more games, or at least in the same amount of games but faster.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. Let's hope so. Well, all we can do is the same thing that we've been doing for up until now, which is doing our best, and hopefully we don't defraud your expectations, and that you enjoy the games that we work so hard on and so passionately on for you guys to appreciate. So I really appreciate you guys all for following us, for joining us on our podcast, and for being supporters, regardless if it's financially or if you guys are just giving us support on Discord or whatever it is. I appreciate you all, and I know everyone in our team does as well. And yeah, let's hope in the future we have more reasons to be thankful for, and we are able to release games as good as we believe we can. I mean, that's all we can hope for. That's all from me, Isaac.
Bye everyone.
Alright guys, I see you guys Monday, unless you guys want to talk to me. I mean, my private messages are always open, and
My DMs are open.
my DMs are open. You can slide on my DMs, and yeah, you can just participate on. You can participate on our Discord. We actually encourage you to do it. So yeah, but next week, I hope to see you guys on the development podcast. Or if you are not able to attend, you check out the VOD, and hopefully it's as good as you guys. We got a lot of good feedback from our first version, and I hope people are entertained by us sometimes getting stressed at making shit and figuring out how much work goes into making a game. And I also hope that people that have been waiting for the final version of the Shota patch will be able to play it soon. I'm really excited to release that one. And I know there's a lot of people at home, wink wink Sirius Black, super excited to check the final scene as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the podcast as much as I did talking to you guys. And we'll see you guys hopefully Monday. From me, it's everything. Have a nice day, guys.
Have a nice day.
起きてばかり寝坊しちゃった思い出したのは君のことです起きてばかり眠くなった忘れたくないのは君の顔です夜には遅くまで起きてるあなたの声を聞きたいあなたの手をつなぎたい朝にはまだ寝坊して眠たい頭が空っぽになって頭が真っ白になって広い世界狭くなった思い出したのは綺麗なことです広い世界赤くなった忘れたくないのはこの気持ちです染めているのはなんだ知りたいんだ知りたいんだああ君の笑顔がね多分染めているのはなんだ知りたいんだ知りたいんだもう分かっているかもねそうだよ前には知らない道がある知らなくても歩き出す知らなくても迷わない外には目に見えないものがある気持ちだけじゃ伝わらないでもこのままでもいいから
This discount is ASMR. Pringles.